Great to welcome onto the show now Randhir Singh, who's the Chief Executive of the Midland Langar Seva Society. Randhir, good morning.
Hello, Chris. Good morning.
How are you doing? What are you up to today? Yesterday you were madly dashing around the city delivering stuff.
I was just about to head out, and I thought I'll wait for your phone call first. And,
that's so brilliant.
I've got a big list of addresses to go through.
Right. Well, first of all, tell us a little bit about your society and where it came from, why you do it.
Yep, Midland Langar Seva Society was established in 2013 in Walsall, my hometown where I was born and bred.
We'll forgive you that, even though we're in Wolverhampton, you know.
Wolverhampton. Yeah, it was established in 2013 by myself and my old school friend who I went to nursery with.
Right.
And we decided to start going to Walsall town and taking some hot meals for some of the less fortunate, vulnerable people, homeless people. And from there, we just sort of expanded to other towns, Wolverhampton, right, Coventry, and today, from two of us, we have just over 550 volunteers worldwide. It's a worldwide organisation now.
Wow! Wow!
And from 15 hot meals a week, 60 hot meals a month, we're doing approximately 36,000 hot meals, food parcels a month now. So it's just expanding.
That's astounding. That's absolutely astounding, the growth you've had there, and especially all those volunteers. And that shows where the heart of your organisation lies, doesn't it?
Yep, you're right. I mean, the main principle of our organisation is serving humanity with love and compassion, helping the needy, not just with food, but when we have the cold weather, providing them warm clothes, hats, gloves, socks, toiletry bags, and even a shoulder for them to cry on. Sometimes, especially around the Christmas time, we get a lot of our vulnerable service users who are missing their families.
Yeah.
Some of the homeless people that would sit in shop doorways, asking for loose change. And these people, around Christmas time, it's not just about food to them. It's about, being there for them because they're missing their loved ones, missing their mums and dads, and thinking about the childhood. And, so it is very, very emotional around that time. And the suicide rate is very high around that time as well. So, we just sort of make sure that we get extra volunteers just to mingle in with them. And
indeed. And you very clearly says you work from a Sikh-based ethos. This is the practical way in which you express your faith, and you support other people, but actually support people of whatever backgrounds. You're across all people of faith, no faith, or whatever. It's irrelevant to the way you support people.
Yeah, I mean, one of the main principles of the Sikh faith is earn honest living, and remember God at all times, and also share with the less fortunate. So, it's even though it's a Sikh faith organisation, we have volunteers from all faiths, all backgrounds, and we just stand together shoulder to shoulder, and we serve humanity to everybody, no matter what colour, creed, religion, what profession you're from, what gender you're from. Everybody's equal. If you're a multi-millionaire or if you're a homeless person, you're everybody's equal. And so that's why Langar in the Sikh faith was started by the founder of Sikhism to promote equality, to end the caste system. No matter who you are, everybody's equal.
Thank you. And you were saying there about the emotional contact with people, that every one of those 36,000 meals and parcels are people behind them. And one of the things that we've been learning in other areas, like on Meals on Wheels and the council in Wolverhampton giving out parcels as well, that actually it's the delivery of the parcel that's as important as the parcel itself, isn't it? It's that kind of being able to just greet somebody from that safe distance, but that human interaction is as important as the food.
It is. I mean, yesterday, for example, one of the we did out of all the deliveries we did yesterday, 2 deliveries were very upsetting, very emotional. The one delivery was a couple, husband and wife, in their late 80s, living with their daughter who has Down syndrome, and they were so overwhelmed with the food parcel, and it wasn't just about the food parcel. Do you understand? It was their reaction to us bringing them food.
Yeah.
And it was very, very touching. And the other one, our co-founder went on a delivery yesterday, and he personally wanted to do this himself. Reason being, in his childhood, he's brought up just by his mum, single parent. He had a rough upbringing, and later on found out that this delivery he did was for a vulnerable lady living with her child who has special needs. And he did the delivery, but when I spoke to him after, he was in tears. He says,
right.
Look, this reminded me of my childhood. And it wasn't just about the food, but it was the reaction, because this child, 2 hours later, he sent us a picture of thank you MLSS for bringing me food. And, and the lady was saying, if you hadn't bought food for us, they would have struggled. And, so this, the co-founder who went on a delivery, he made sure that he took this child, everything he liked as a child, as in knickknacks and crisps and Cocoa Pops, and you know what I mean? And the child was over the moon, and he's clapping, and, so these things, it's not just about the deliveries. It's something. The feeling you get is something no amount of money can buy. You understand? It's very, very heartbreaking, very emotional. And the co-founder, when I spoke to him yesterday, he was in tears. I had to sort of calm him down.
Right. I can imagine that, and can see it in my mind's eye. Now, despite all the great work that you've been doing, you suffered a break-in, didn't you?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Just 2 days ago, our storage in Wolverhampton got broken into, and there's nothing in there apart from food. Yeah. So some food went missing, as well as some sleeping bags. Right. And so it was devastating. It was very sad, but. On the other hand, maybe somebody was desperate for food. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Maybe this person who took the food, maybe he's got little children at home, or I don't know, but on the positive side, as soon as we put it out on Twitter, on our social medias, we probably had double the amount of food that went missing donated to us. Right. So, nice. God works in mysterious ways. Maybe this person who took it, he was desperate, but in return, God gave us double the amount back. So, that's the positive side of it. It is sad.
Yeah, it is sad, and it must, it's a punch in the guts, isn't it, when something like that happens? But you've come out of it very positive and philosophical about it.
Yeah, I mean, the only sad thing is, luckily, we have good MLSS supporters, not only in the Sikh community, from all communities. We've had phone calls from as far as Milton Keynes, London, people asking what we need, asking for our account numbers. I mean, to us, it's not about the financial side of it. It's just the thought that, this food that went missing. Luckily, we have good supporters. If we did not have supporters, if we didn't have any donations coming in, then some vulnerable people, some elderly people that are self-isolating due to the COVID-19 wouldn't have got food parcels. Right. You understand? Because this food was, it was what we used for the food parcels to give out to the the vulnerable people at home, especially the elderly that can't get out for their shopping on a daily basis.
No, that's fantastic. So if people want to support you, what's the best way of doing that? Is it go via your website? Is there a way they can get in touch?
Anybody can find us on, anybody want to support us, they can find us on social media, Midland Langar Seva Society, and
nice.
On our social media, you've got all our websites and whatever, so anybody wants to donate food, got all the details of the coordinators of all our 30 teams across the UK. So,
that's great. Well, I will post all those on our Facebook page after the programme this morning, Randhir. But thank you to you, thank you to your co-founder. Is it Palmshirt, your co-founder?
That's right.
Thank you to all your volunteers. And blessings on you as you carry on in your work.
God bless. Thank you very much, sir.